What up, though? You already know how it goes. Smash, like, subscribe, comment. I don't care what you comment, as long as you comment, you dig. Big five to all my beloveds. You did. I'm talking about Islam to the Moabites. Assalamu alaikum to the Akis, Abdul Rahman, so on and so forth. Whatever they be saying. I see salat to my comrades. I know you somewhere saying Ma salam. Salam alaikum to the black men in the nation of Islam. Palms up. 410 to the G's. I know y'all somewhere saying 412. You did what I'm talking about? 212 to the Bloods. 204. You did what I'm talking about? Appreciate all my supporters. Thank you, man. I'll be reading the comments, bro. And it be guys to be like, man, you told the story. I heard the story before, but you told it the same way. Because when you don't lie and fabricate about things, like a little details might be a little bit off, or I might be more detailed this time, or not as detailed that time. But the story pretty much the same. The foundation pretty much the same when you don't lie about it, man. I seen a lot in prison, and my experience was just different, man. Like I went to a level one. It was supposed to be a breeze. I end up getting caught up in ego. I end up wanted to, tough guy, wanted to be the head of this stuff, and just made my bit a lot harder. And end up maxing out from a level 5 maximum security prison, 23-1. But for me, it was 24-0 because they didn't want to let me out. It's a rough, rugged story, man. I'm gonna tell the story again in detail. I left out some details. So it was a situation with this Flint guy named D-Ray. Shout out D-Ray. That's my baby. Even though we had a little spat, and he ended up joining the Bloods, and then they kind of like 4-5 Mafia Peru kind of ended up sending like a little threats to me. But me and Bloody Rob ended up becoming straight, and some 4-5 Wolfgang guys. We was all straight. Sorted that out. Well, I never really ran across them on the yard. We was in the hole together, sorting stuff out, so I didn't know what they really wanted to do. But they, Bloody Rob pretty straight up honest. He wanted me to join or whatnot, but I had to decline. Just wasn't, just had to decline at the time. And then, like, when they offered their invitation, I had so much beef. It was like, even if I did want to, I wouldn't, because it looked like I'm joining y'all for protection, and that's the least thing that I need. I know I got myself 1,000%. So if you put some boys behind me just with the same mentality, we something to be reckoned with. You do what I'm talking about? I take pride in standing on my own in those type of situations, not bragging or glorifying that type of lifestyle. But this is what y'all come here for. This is the stories y'all come here. But this is a story about the GayBoy Mafia with K-Zoo. I'm gonna find out his name too, cause I can reach out to a guy that was messing with him that I know, a guy from Saginaw, that was messing with him. I know his first and last name, so I'm gonna reach out to him to get Zoo on the phone. Just I want y'all to hear his mentality and how well he articulated himself. And he just a real funny guy, charismatic, a hustler, but he's just he's feminine. He with the letter community, but he's still a monster, right? Now let's describe K-Zoo a little bit. K-Zoo is. So I'm almost 6'3". K-Zoo about, I would say like 6'5", about 300 pounds. He built kind of funny, like he got real skinny legs, kind of a tight stomach, but he got like little breasts. Very much tell he a man, but you can tell like he feminine. He rocked these glasses, not the Jeffrey Dahmer kind, the Zodiac killer kind. He got those the Ray-Ban type of glasses or whatever. So, but he a cool dude. He from K-Zoo. They call him Rainbow Zoo, so on and so forth. He was one of the heads or the creators, I guess, of this GayBoy Mafia stuff or whatever, man. So he had a partner named T that he messed with. T used to be a vice lord, but T ended up getting poked because he was on homosexual activity while being an active vice lord. And we all know that's a no-no with the lords, bro. You're going to get yourself blew up. Yeah, the lords highly organized. They might not have super numbers all the time, but that boy is highly organized. For sure, for sure. And they got a lot of connections to the land. The GDs don't be having connections to the land. They don't got nobody to call home to Chicago and be like, hey, let's approve this. Let's install this or that. They don't have nobody, right? And anyway, he got blew up on another yard, but he doing his thing now. He suffered his consequences. He no longer a vice lord. He was in the process of getting a tattoo covered up like they told him to. But he ended up getting into it with D-Ray from Flint. I don't know exactly what they got into it over. But they got into it. D-Ray had just gotten into it with the Flint guys. D-Ray from Flint, he got into it with a guy named Project. And Project, like, spit on him or tried to spit on him, took his shoes, threw him on the yard, disrespected the boy or whatever. And he ended up going to the hole behind that. I ain't gonna say he locked up, but that's what the word on the yard is. He did go to the hole right after that incident. When they told him to get off the yard, allegedly. Anyway, he go to the hole, he come back out. He want to get back in good graces with the Flint guys. He want to protect his reputation, so they kind of like putting a battery in his back. The Flint guys was mad at him because he was gonna join the Blood gang from like the West Coast, and they like, well, if you gonna be Blood, well, we gotta. No, excuse me. He was gonna join like 82. He was gonna join the Midwest Blood gang, but they like, why don't you join the real Blood gang if you gonna join it, and then why don't you go holler at such and such? He from Flint. He from our way. Why wouldn't you do that? That's kind of stupid. There's a big argument that is sued behind that little stupid petty prison stuff. People ain't got nothing to really be concerned or worried about. So they find anything to be concerned and worried about. So how the conflict with him and T came, I don't know, but they end up getting into it. One of the homies from Flint end up hitting me up like, "Hey bro, you got something for me?" Woo, woo, woo. I say, yeah, I got it, but I gotta ask my brother, man, can I give it to you because it's accounted for. Y'all know what I'm talking about, a spirit, a hitter. And my brother, man, ended up saying, "Nah, we don't give stuff to other people. Don't involve yourself in that, so on and so forth." I'm like, all right, bet. I told him, nah, we don't know who it's for, what's going on. Nobody want to get no details, so I ain't giving it to you. So anyway, they put the battery in his back. Him and TX was supposed to lock down. So they in the day room in each other's face. Whatever, woo woo. Not TX. T, he turned around, walk out. They supposed to head to the room and fight in the room, put the sheet up, fight in the room. Now, T about, bro, like 6'1", 195, 200 pounds. D-Ray about 5'6", 130 pounds soaking wet. D-Ray stole off on him from the back, whoop him. Catch him off guard, whoop him. That's what that's what he's supposed to do. He ain't had no chance in that room like that. So he get down on dog. Now, Zoo, to mess with T, he feeling some type of way. So me and one of the Flint homies, we in the bathroom talking because we on sanctions or whatever. We sneaking in and out, going to the bathroom, talking a long time, sitting there, then going back to our room. They do a round, we come back out, so on and so forth. We bored. Zoo come in the bathroom. Now, my man's Real from Flint, he about 6'5" himself, 230, 240. And he with the action, he with the smoke. Real with the smoke. Like, he want all the smoke anytime, it don't matter. He gonna put in work. Countless times I seen him put in work, violence that wasn't even caused for. He just ride with his Flint homies just because. If his Flint homies got a problem, it don't matter if it's about a shoelace. Real, he riding. So we always on sanction. We in there kicking it. Zoo coming there. He like, y'all talking about T? Oh, what happened ain't funny. If I was up there, it wouldn't have happened. People putting battery in his back. Whoa. He asked Real, like, hey, you talk about my man's getting whooped on? You talking about my man getting whooped on? Real like, nah. I see Real cowered up like, I'm following suit. He look at me. I'm like, bro, I ain't got nothing to do with that. Yeah. I heard was in here talking, so on and so forth. Why don't they say it now? Like I said, Real with the action, and Real got hands. Real don't say nothing. I don't say nothing either because I seen him put in work on the yard. At this moment, it's the prison rule that like you don't get into it with guys who in that LGBTQ community, because if they feminine, the masculine ones don't matter, but if they feminine and they whoop on you, like if they the girls and they whoop on you, you will never hear the end of it, especially from your blood homies. They, you could go open the microwave, they're gonna be like, oh, your hand don't hurt from getting beat on like that. Whole day room cracking up. They're hey, did he be gay into you? Did he do this? Did he like it just be jokes all day? So you don't want to get whooped on, and then people got the perception like, well, why would you get into it with a guy that's in the letter community? What y'all got going on? You know what I'm saying? Some people that ignorant to be like, it got to be a problem about some type of bandit or warrior activity. You do what I'm talking about? So anyway, and the reason why we such on pins and needles because I would say like 3 weeks to a month prior, Zoo got to it with some Bloods about something. He was like macking on one of their homies or something like that, and the homie was kind of like biting on it, but they feel some type of way about it or something like that. Man, he was getting stuff from him that he actually owed his homie, so they didn't like him, so they sent 2 people at him. The Blood sent 2 people at him on the 40 outside on the yard. When I tell you, one of the guys was about 6'3", but he was real skinny, about 120 pounds. Then you got another guy that was like 5'8" or something like that. He's like 5'8", 100-something pounds. They send these 2 guys at him. They pretending like they running, right? Zoo out there doing like the duck walks. That's what it's called, the duck walks. I was about to say squats, but he doing duck walks. It's basically squats, but you walking. So they try to stole off on him. He do something, bob, weave, pull counter, crack, crack, drop one, crack, crack, drop the other one. Dude get up, crack, crack, drop him. Other dude, drop him. And as the police running over there, another dude try to hop in and throw a punch. He clip him. Dude stumble back. Then they all try to rush him. He dropped one of them again, then the police broke it up, maced people, tased people, all that stuff. The Bloods was so embarrassed. And then they ain't had nobody to get back at like that. You know what I'm saying? They were so embarrassed about that situation. And I end up going to the hole like right behind that situation. No, I was in the hole already. I seen it out the window. We was looking out the window. So they come to the hole. When I tell you non-stop for like 24 hours on and off throughout the day, while we playing shoot 'em up, bang, bang, so on and so forth, a guy come to the door like, man, you got knocked the out. Did he hit you like this? Or does he like this? You know what I'm saying? Like, guys just roasting them. So I'm telling you, getting beat up by somebody in the athletic community that's feminine, that's the worst thing ever, bro. But he dropped all these boys. And, mind you, prior to this, at the last joint, it was a guy his size. He ended up squaring up with over his friend Yogi. He come over there. Dude that he got to a fight with was about, I would say like 6'7", 300 pounds, muscled out. So whooped that boy up and down. Whooped him. Easy. So when he came in that bathroom, and two, mind you, I'm in a hole behind a fence, behind a window that barely open. And the track right in front of me, I could hear when he hit them boys, it sounded like thunder. And you know what I respect about it? You know they put Zoo right back on the yard and he came out. Guys didn't want no smoke with him. And there was a lot of friction in between the Bloods at that time. So this particular set with the Sentiment Dog was isolated. So they had like 3-4 people on the yard. Nobody was rocking with them, so nobody would get back. That's when my respect level went up for them boys, man. I'm like, Zoo, and then you got like guys like Shy. Well, he used to be a G, but you got guys like Shy. Forgot the other guy from Saginaw. Them boys shooters, and Zoo a fighter. And I heard about him putting in work on that tip. So, and he got like a long time. So, and he was real good at legal work. Everybody liked him and needed him because he was real good. And he was expensive with the legal work, but he wasn't playing no games, no scams, pretending like he knew something. He could quote every statute and break it down that pertained to murders, robberies, so on and so forth. Zoo was a beast. But dog, when dog came in that bathroom, checked us, I say, man, my homie bitched up. So nah, I feel a little bit better about myself. Like, oh no, I ain't got nothing to do with that, homie. Yeah, what? T went. Oh, he snuck T. Oh man, why would he do something like that? T a good guy. That's how I am. But peace and blessings. Hope y'all enjoyed that story, man.